I don't follow a specific faith.
I'm also not of the faith.
People of faith are viewed as judgmental.
I was really nervous.
What seemingly feels like a closed circle.
I found it quite intimidating.
Help us, Sarah. Help us fight for it.
Very badly.
Oh, gosh.
Lovely to see you all. So you are all involved in Testament, this brand new series, and I was so excited to watch it on the big screen. It really did change from watching it on the small, on a small laptop to then seeing it. I think it was the first time. Was it the first time you saw it as well?
Yes.
Wow. So you hadn't seen some of those other scenes of your fellow actors, and for the first time you saw it brought together. So can you just summarize what was your first sort of your experience of seeing that?
For me, my character doesn't come in it until episode 3. So other than reading the scripts, I haven't seen the actors bring those scenes to life. And I knew it was going to be good, but it was really good. It was so moving. It was really, really moving, and it felt so special to be able to have us all in one room witnessing it together. It's just a shame that the rest of the episodes aren't going to be on a big screen like that too.
It does need that, doesn't it?
Oh,
It
it's
needs
epic.
cinematic release. Really does need that big screen.
We need
Really
to fight for that, I think.
We do. We absolutely help us, Sarah. Help us fight for it.
Well, hopefully if people start watching and they start hearing about it and they get hooked in, I don't see why not, because I think it does give a very different expression. And watching it a second time, so I had the advantage, I saw it before you, but what yeah but watching it for the second time, you see all these details that you can miss. And I love something that Mido actually said the other day, was making the invisible visible.
Mm.
And I started to see a lot more of those nuances of how those details had been put in. But would you like to tell me how you are taking your character and really putting yourself perhaps into that characterization process?
I play Mary of Magdala, or Mary Magdala, and she is a woman who we're introduced to in the Bible. She's a person who had 7 demons. And when Jesus meets her, he casts them out of her. And the moment she's free, she sees him, and it's like her clarity sees him clearly, and she dedicates the rest of her life to him and to God and to proclaiming the good news that there is freedom, there is love, you don't need to live afraid. And she walks that out no matter what she experiences. And if we look at a historical time that they lived in, we know that they had that the initial followers, before they were called, this is before they were called Christians, they were persecuted. Jesus was executed, and quite a lot of the leadership they were persistently being imprisoned, and so all these people had to be very brave, and the women in particular had to hold the line and hold the faith. A lot of the gatherings were happening in homes. The women were hiding people, they were funding the movement themselves. So she is very much of that world, a woman of her times and our times as well, actually. And she walks through her entire life making sure that everyone is safe, to her detriment. She doesn't see the danger to herself. But then that's true of all the apostles. They don't see the danger to themselves. But in her case, and in her story in this series, we'll see just how dangerous that is for her in particular. She breaks my heart. She really does. She's always breaking my heart, and she makes my heart hurt. And I want to see more of her life and see it unfold, and hopefully.
Well, I love the fact that she has this wrestle.
Yeah.
She has the wrestle in there. So I think a lot of people will definitely relate to her character, even if they don't know the Bible. They're going to emotionally engage. But which was the key bit that you felt that you resonated with for yourself, that you thought, actually, that's part of, my own character, and you could put that into
her struggle to value herself, actually. that I understand that. I think that's also really what people will be able to connect with, whether they're a man, a woman, an adult, and a child, whatever. She doesn't see herself, and I am learning to see myself. And I hope that speaks to everyone and teaches them that they should see themselves.
I think it will. I think that people are going to really resonate with the character, with a lot of the characters, not just
Yeah.
Mary, but particularly those aspects that you spoke about. Now, Mido, I know that you were talking about making the invisible visible, and I think that your character, I want you to tell us a little bit about your character, who you play, but I've got a feeling this character is going to take more significance as the seasons go on than what we might think in the beginning.
Yeah, well, I hope that to be true. I play the captain of the Temple Guard, Rosh, and he's a person, when we first meet him, he's incredibly duty bound, but it's more, he does his duty because it's the right thing to do. I don't think that he has any particular loyalty towards institutions. And what I discovered about him was that he has an incredible loyal streak within him. But that loyalty extends only to people. And it's really about people that he's loyal to. And I think as we get to know him, we get to find out where his loyalties truly lie. But I think what drew me to him is what always draws me to most of the characters that I want to play, is that he's really, really flawed. And I see myself in those flaws. And so when I try to find those flaws in the character and in the script, that's what I really focus on. And I focus on finding that within myself, because I see that these flaws, as I'm able to work my way through them in the story, I'm also able to do the same in private. And that's why I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, is what I meant to work through in life at that moment. And each time you have a chance to do it on screen, it's like a cathartic experience. You're getting to work through it, whatever that may be. And as we meet him, and I can't really say too much about his storyline and who it really revolves around, but if once you get to know him a little bit more, you'll get to see that there's a lot more behind the mask than what he's showing, because he is wearing a mask when we first see him.
Well, I got that impression. I think you have this real sort of, say, stage presence, camera presence, that, we can see that this character has a lot more depth. But I think you've perhaps had a little bit of an exception compared to, say, Mary, Peter, these characters that are already written on the page. We know them and can perhaps draw from that. Or how did you kind of develop your character?
I developed my character on animals. That's the answer. All right. So I always choose an animal that I kind of, or at least in this part I did. And the characteristics of the animal create the characteristics to me. And then I can use that and translate that. And then I get to discover those characteristics myself, because I never make any choices before I start like that. And so I think it's much nicer to discover these things through the interactions with the people that you're working with. But the starting point is to help me find something and get into something is always through the physicality for me. How to move, how do I walk, those kind of things. And so animals kind of help with that.
What animal?
Don't say that.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be like,
you might want to guess.
I'm going to watch it because I do animal work with some characters as well. So I'm going to be watching. I'm like, oh.
Well, I think people don't realize, do they? You've got the external, you've got the internal, you've got the intonation and inflection of your voice. There's all these different aspects, plus the relation to everybody else and how you're interacting. But talking about cathartic, I think a lot of people are going to go through their own cathartic journey just through watching and engaging with these characters, particularly as they start to relate to them and as they develop. But Hannah, tell us a little bit about your character.
So I play Dana. She doesn't come into it until the third episode. She isn't based on anyone from the Bible. So it was a similar thing to Mido. My research of, how to kind of bring this character to life was, I mean, I can't say too much because if I say really anything about her storyline, it would be a huge spoiler, I suppose. Um, but she really goes on a huge journey throughout the show. And I'm hoping that audiences connect with her the same way that I did, because she really is special.
So I did ask the other members of the cast, well, the majority of them anyway, but if they could describe their character in 3 words. So how would you describe Dana in 3 words?
Brave, fighter,
Yeah.
and selfless.
Mm.
Nice.
Mary is a walking heart. I know that's a sentence. A
That's
walking
fine.
heart.
We can have a sentence.
Yeah, she's also a warrior and beautifully foolish.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
I like that. I like that. Beautifully foolish. I love that.
Yeah.
I think you guys have come up with some great phrases, and there's some great script one-liners, great moments. I nearly got, well, I did, because Tom didn't quite get when I introduced myself as Sarah and told him that that wasn't important. My name's not important. But anyway, there
Just,
are some,
can you listen? Oh, there's so many.
there are some great moments. So what was each of your favorite, just kind of in a snapshot, what was your favorite moment for each of you?
Throughout the whole process, or
Yes, throughout the whole season.
we have to.
Season 1, and potentially, who knows, will we go further season?
Is on camera or off camera?
Oh, why not both?
My favorite thing are the conversations with every single member of the cast and get to know them in between.
Nice.
That's when you get to know the people, because you don't always have scenes with everybody. And so, having those conversations where you can actually get to know everybody and get to see the human being that you're sharing time and space with, that is like my favorite part. On set, I would probably say my scenes with Dana and Han and Mohadi. And I think they were my favorite scenes for sure.
Nice work.
Well
Nicely
said.
done.
Think too much, but they.
Nicely said.
You're
They
not
do.
just saying that because we're here, are you, Mina?
Yeah.
I should say that because it's truthful, and the truth is you're only ever as good as the person opposite you. And if you have the privilege to work with somebody and to work with people that are generous in the moment and they share the moment with you, then you can feel the magic.
Again, we're on 2 different sides of a war that's brewing.
And then there is magic. And this is, I think, what we had in every scene that we definitely shared, but also that the others shared with each other that I wasn't a part of. And, I was able to witness that. And that's what it's about.
For me, off camera, similar to Mido, to be honest, I feel like I learned so much. I don't follow a specific faith, so going into this job, I was really nervous because I found it quite intimidating. Other than the things that you learn at school, I didn't really have any knowledge whatsoever. And people knew this on set and were so open to talking about it. And I learned so much. And honestly, it's the most beautiful group of people I've ever worked with. So yeah, that's my moment off camera. On camera, obviously can't say too much, but there is a scene that involves a bit of singing.
I did actually hear, I think it was you, Hannah, you've got quite a few songs on YouTube.
Oh gosh.
You see, now everybody will do what I did and go, so you've got a beautiful voice. I was actually going to ask, did you sing?
Thank
So-
you very much. I think I probably need to look at taking those videos down because I was
Not.
very young.
Do not.
Well,
Um,
director Paul has got a lot of spoken up words as well. He's done spoken word. I forgot to mention that to
oh,
you.
You
really?
know, we're all, Hannah, we're all don't. If you
You're
take example,
multifaceted, talented people.
I'll take that. I'll take that. But yeah, there's a scene that involves some singing and a, a lot of the cast in one room, and it was a really special moment for us. Yeah. So I think it will be a very special moment to watch for the audience.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Mido, do you sing?
Um, very badly. Very badly. I do that to anybody's ears. And luckily for everybody, I was not present in that scene.
No.
You could have just lip synced, couldn't you?
Oh no, that I can. I pretend I'm always good.
there's extraordinary human beings. It was the best work environment I've ever worked in as an actor. And all these people who weren't all people of faith, and then the people who were people of faith were really, really kind. And in a world where people of faith are viewed as judgmental and can be, it was such a safe space to work in. And I learned so much from everyone. It's the closest I've been to watching DOP work.
Director of photography for anybody that
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Just-
The cinematographer kind
the
of.
cinematographer who's extraordinary, and you'll see why. So it's not just, it's every single person was working from a place of excellence. Everyone from the catering to everyone's just wanting to be good at what they do.
Well, I believe that we're all on a journey. You know,
Yeah.
we're all on a journey of discovery, wherever that might be. And our heart, I mean, I have a strong faith, but I believe God is more interested in our heart
Yes. Yes.
than anything else.
And he's
And
more.
what I'm hearing is a beautiful match of hearts that have come together and all on their different threads of their journey in that space, which is a beautiful thing.
Can
Yeah.
I add also to something that Hannah was saying? I'm also not of the faith, and I felt completely held by everybody. And I think that that is something when you are invited into what seemingly feels like a closed circle, but that closed circle isn't actually closed. It's incredibly open. And you get to stand in the circle without being part of that particular circle, but you're still there in the circle, sharing and love. That's what we're sharing. And that's, I think, what permeates everything that we're talking about now and that we expressed and felt, is that really this is, if I can just name drop here, this is Paul's love.
Yeah.
It's Paul's labor of love. And he poured his heart, his soul into this for his love of God. And we all get to be a part of that love that he put into the world, that he dreamt into the world. And in Kenneth and Faith and everybody around them made it come to fruition. So my thanks goes to him for creating the environment, because if you've been doing this for a while, you know everything trickles down from the top, and everything comes down from his energy every single day. I walk on set, I see Paul, I give him a hug, and I know it's going to be a great day. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
That was just such a precious thing that you just shared there, Mido. And I think it sums up exactly what I've experienced on this journey, watching all of you, hearing that actually Acts Testament is the book of, based on the book of Acts, which is a book of love.
Yeah.
And to know that you're experiencing it for yourselves in that beautiful community. I'm so excited to see how this season 1, believing there's going to be more seasons and series of Testament, is going to be received. I think it is just a great testament to all of you for all the amazing work that you're all putting in. And thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.